Fun times in Cleveland ahead as we join you by the Lakeshore here at Cleveland Browns Stadium. Tonight we wrap up this Thanksgiving weekend with a compelling matchup as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Cleveland Browns. Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go to wrap up the week on a Monday night. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there.
In the course of the game, we focus on the offense and the defense, and we give lip service to the special teams. It's way bigger than that. The third phase of any football team, and special teams provided the spark to begin this game.
Looking to throw right away is Watson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. That'll bring up second down. You look at this Raiders defense. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. To throw is Watson. And that will be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Off the play fake, Cousins. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months. Not weeks, months.
And I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. Once again, it's Jacobs. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Now 2nd and 3. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. You look at this Browns defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Play fake, Cousins. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing again is Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. "43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 38-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is, and if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
2nd and 7.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. On that play, they held up quite well.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That is caught, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now Cousins going to change it up.
Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
At the Browns' 39-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Play action now. Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Breaks the tackle, now an alley.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb
hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Throwing is Cousins.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. They go play action. Cousins.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Moore, the man in motion.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. His first half struggles continue. He has yet to complete a pass. Hard to believe.
It is, because I don't see anything wrong with him physically. Maybe he's a little amped up to begin with. Would have thought he would have settled down by now. I think someone's got to get in his ear, got to be a psychologist a little bit, and get it back on track.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now Watson, he's going to move him around. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he goes out right around the 39. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
To throw, Cousins.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. And Chubb will try the middle here. 3 plays, all resulting in 3-yard carries to bring up 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
He was over 100 yards a week ago, and he's well on his way once again.
Say it with me, partner. Encore, encore. This guy's headed towards getting it done one more time.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
16 more on that one and another first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. Touchdown! Devontae Adams, his 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from drawing level.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now Watson going to change the look here.
Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Watson just beating the play clock. They set up the screen to Chubb, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
And now they'll shift things around.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Moore, the man in motion. Now a first down throw, Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Moore, the man in motion. On first down, Watson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And they run with Jacobs on first down, and he'll take this forward for about 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
On play action, Cousins. And that's complete to Adams. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Cousins.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line.
A gain of 29 yards.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Able to power through. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the 2nd half is now underway.
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
146 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
At the 38-yard line.
Second down and 6 now.
Here's Jacobs.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
Now a 2nd and 10.
A handoff. Jacobs running to the left. Dances by him. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. Now Cousins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And some space here.
Down the right sideline, Nick Chubb.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Browns have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake, Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Gotta love a guy who'll stand in there and deliver. No matter what the pressure, waits for the route to come open, hangs in there, and completes the pass.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. A give running right is Chubb. He'll get this down to the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7. They run it again with Chubb. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 43 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
A first down throw for Cousins. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 8. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Cousins. That is caught, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Cousins sees something. He's going to change this around.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
195 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas 1st down.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Cousins now.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. In motion left, that's Cooper. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb. There he goes again. Nick Chubb. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. 187 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Chubb is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Pass complete, it's Adams. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This offense has had its troubles moving the ball all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
Cousins to throw it. He has Mayer complete and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
80 seconds remain, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. He hits Adams complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
First down, Las Vegas.
Cousins here going to change the play. Again, he'll drop to throw. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the red zone now, Cousins. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. To throw is Cousins. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. And it's good, so that will get them back within one score. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.